Oh, goody.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Zombies here again, and today we're back with another Marvel Snap video. So, new patch dropped today, and with the new patch, we get some new data mines, and also we learn that there are some changes coming to how data mines are going to be working in the future, which is kind of unfortunate, but we'll talk about that when we get to it. So, what did the patch bring us? Well, we have some new information about the upcoming season for April. And this is going to be Baran Zemo. It's going to be our season pass card. We can see Abomination and Taskmaster are going to be the season pass variants. And we can see new cards. So as always, these are subject to change. They probably will change between now and when they release, but these are the first iterations of them we are seeing. Baran Zemo is a 4/6 on reveal. Add the lowest cost card from your opponent's deck to your side here. We have Red Hulk, a 6/10. When your opponent ends a turn with unspent energy, it gets +4 power if in hand or in play. US Agent is a 2/6 ongoing, -1 power for each of your other cards here. White Widow is a 2/2 on reveal. Add a -1 power Widow's Kiss to your opponent's side of this location. And the Widow's Kiss is an ongoing that gives your other cards here -1 power. Valentina is a 2/2 on reveal. Add a random 6 cost card to your hand, give it -2 cost and -2 power. And then Red Guardian 3/4 on reveal. Remove the text of the lowest power enemy card here. So yeah, definitely some interesting cards here. US Agent definitely seems like something a Sauron or Shuri deck would enjoy. Red Hulk is kind of an interesting foil to the High Evo Hulk, where he's benefiting off your opponent floating, which High Evo obviously wants to do. Zemo, kind of interesting, though I don't know if this is actually going to be that great, but I guess there is some upside here, right? In decks that aren't running a bunch of lower cost cards, or the decks that already drew their lower cost cards, you could actually get some pretty big value, so that's kind of cool. White Widow seems pretty nuts. I wouldn't be surprised if this card actually becomes a 3 cost card in order to kind of mirror the newer Black Widow, but I guess we'll see. And Valentina, I think in the current form, is probably one of the most busted cards here. -2 power on a 6 cost that only costs 4. Yeah, sure, it'll be random, so it's not always going to be good, but I think this is potentially very, very powerful. A lot of high roll potential there. And Red Guardian serves as another interesting way to interact with specific cards. Iron Man is something that kind of comes to mind, but I'm sure there are other applications as well. And then we have some updated cards. So 3 of these were updated in the patch: Helicarrier, Omega Red, and Beast. Not going to go over those too much. I like the Helicarrier and Omega Red changes. Beast feels kind of bad with this change. I think they're doing this for future design space reasons, because Beast was kind of restrictive on how they were designing 1 and 2 cost cards. But it's kind of sad to see, because Bounce wasn't really in a great spot anyway, so it's a shame he's getting a bit of a nerf here. And then 2 unreleased cards we see changed here. Pixie. Pixie went from a 1/3 that shuffled the cost of all cards in your deck to a 2/1 on reveal. Shuffle the cost of all cards in your deck. That started there. So small change, but an impactful one here, mainly for Thanos. Thanos didn't really need the high roll of being able to swap the cost of stones and really powerful cards, so not surprised they put in a built-in restriction to make this less crazy in Thanos, since Thanos already has a really good kind of RNG deck in Lockjaw. Also, stat line change, not surprising. You're taking a little bit of a hit in the early game to play this card, but you're potentially rewarded with different high rolls depending on how your cards shuffle up. And then Hope Summer's got a bit of a change as well. Still at 3/3, but now after you play a card here, you get +1 energy next turn. That's a lot more reasonable. Still seems pretty good. Nowhere near as busted as +2 energy would have been per card played there. And again, Hope Summers is likely to be our March season pass card, so keep that in mind. Bundle info. This is another sad one. So we've seen them start to pull back on the data mines, and well, it seems they continue to pull back on those. We do see there is a Dancing on the Sun bundle containing the Carnival Sunspot, as well as 2,000 credits for $10. Seems pretty good. Probably going to pick that one up myself. We're also getting some login rewards to coincide with this event, which is really cool. So starting on the 11th, we are getting 200 gold and 65 Sunspot boosters, 200 credits, 250 credits, 250 gold, the Sunburst all over title, and a premium mystery variant. As always with these, you do have to log in that day to claim them. They will not be claimable if you miss a day, so make sure you're logging in daily, checking your inbox to get these rewards once they start going live. We also have some new locations here, including Castle Zemo and Thunderbolt's Tower. Kind of interesting. I think Castle Zemo is going to be definitely a weird one. And Thunderbolt's Tower already seems like a location we have where, you know, at turn 5 it's buffing all the cards by +2, so would not be surprised to see that one change. And we have a Bass Conquest variant. And then Spotlights. So this is kind of the bigger news. Guesses as data was removed. This is some bullshit. They specifically designed a system that works around, you know, having to plan out saving your caches and what you want to get. And now they are going out of their way to remove Spotlight data mines, so it's harder for you to plan. Thanks, Second Dinner. Real Miss Marvel thumbs up on that one. So these are estimations. I believe these are estimated because they're still getting the dates for when certain cards are coming out, as well as if they're a Spotlight or not. But these are subject to change and very much less confirmed than they normally are. We can see the first week we get Red Hulk, Sebastian Shaw, and Echo. Week number 2, US Agent, Mirage, and Jeff. Week 3, White Widow, Lady Deathstrike, High Evo. Week 4, Valentina, Snowguard, and Nico. And week 5, Red Guardian, Blob, and Null. 2 new Ultimates are joining the game as well with White Queen and Silk. I believe White Queen might be the first time we're seeing a character have 2 Ultimates. So I guess that's interesting. Though this card probably could use a little bit of work if you actually want people to pick it up, because White Queen hasn't been too relevant in a while. And then we have new variants, so just going to scroll through these here. One thing that is nice to see is there are some variants here for newer cards, like we see Corvus Glaive, Hercules. It was kind of annoying how we weren't getting variants for new cards very much. Look, Meek, Alligator Loki, that's a pretty good one. So hopefully they're going to get the pipeline back in order so we can have variants for newly released cards, because it's kind of a bummer that for a while, for the last month or two, all the Spotlights have been pretty much the only variants for cards. Kind of unfortunate. We also had a new album introduced to the game, Destroy All Pixels. You can be rewarded with some tokens, Pixel Sabretooth, and a Wolverine emote. And if you don't already know, there's going to be a new album releasing every week this month, so keep an eye out for those as they release. And we have some new card backs, some new titles, and that's going to wrap it up. So, yeah, some interesting stuff here for sure. I think the new cards actually look pretty cool. We'll see if they end up staying how they are. Worth noting, Cannonball and Mockingbird apparently did stay how they are, so those cards look like that might be their final form, or when they release later on in March. But it's really, really annoying that they're messing with the data mines for Spotlights. If they want to crack down on data mines, sure, I get it. But you really can't have a Spotlight system like this and not give people any kind of advance notice. It's just predatory FOMO bullshit. Not really surprised because it's Second Dinner and that's what they do, but it's really a big L for anyone who cares about planning their resources or just trying to, you know, optimize how they play the game so they can get the most out of what they're putting into it. So, dislike that, not surprised though. That's gonna wrap it up for this one. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.